Okay, I think we're live. Hi, you guys. I'm a couple minutes early. Just gonna wait for some of you to come in. And if you're here, say hi. Happy Sunday. Bit different today. We're replacing our love session with business training, but everything's love, right? So I'll wait a couple minutes for you to join me. Please say hi. Hopefully I can see your comments come through.
I feel my heart for the first time, 'cause now I'm moving on, yeah, I'm moving on. And there's a place that I've dreamed of, where I can free.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for joining, honey.
I hear the sounds of the season and lose all sense of time.
Grab your notebooks and pen. I'm going to share quite a bit today. It's going to help you.
To a sunny place where it's just you and me. Feels like we're in a dream. You know what
How catchy is this, right?
the summer air by the seaside, the way it fills our lungs, the fire burns in the night sky. It's life will keep us young and keep us young. And we will sleep by the ocean. Our hearts will move with time.
8 now, so I'll dive in. Hey, you guys, tribe family, how are we all? How are you feeling? We're just about to hit December. Can you believe it? Oh my God, where has this year gone? What has happened? Huge in every single way, really, isn't it? So please grab your notebooks and pen. I'm going to share with you guys a lot of amazing stuff and celebrate with you my biggest months in business, my biggest year in business, and everything I learned and went through will help you also in your own journey. So if you're a business owner, this class is for you, okay? So if you're on and when you come on, please say hi, whether it's now or in the replay. Let yourself be known. There is so much to share with you all, and I want to make sure I get it all out. So I've got my notes on the side, so I'll be referring to that from time to time. I'm sharing behind the scenes with you all in a really big way, in a huge, huge milestone and transition. So thank you, first of all, for trusting me in this journey, for guiding you all, because every single one of you in this group, I had such an honor to guide you to way and levels where you need to go in your journey. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. And as you can see in the title, I'm going to share this training I decided to do around lessons learned. Good morning, Fee. Lessons learned from a multi-5-figure months. And so essentially this is what this whole year has been. November has actually been the biggest month in my business to date. And I went through, and we're talking a few years ago, where I went through the depth of scarcity and went through so much turning myself inside out to allow my business to be such a higher expression of my truth and self, and to allow my business to be clean. Hi, Shireen. Hi, Thomas. Good morning. Thomas, you're in Germany. So it's morning on my side. So, and I have gone through so much, right, to turn myself inside out, to allow my business to be such a higher expression of my truth and self, and to allow my business to be clean. So it's a true privilege to share this with you and celebrate a huge year, huge milestone. And it didn't happen because I manifested it. And I'm telling you all, it did not happen because I manifested it. This milestone didn't happen. You know how they say that? Oh, you can manifest. It didn't happen because of that. It happened because I put my actions where my energy is. And I decided on a deep nervous system level that I was going to be in overflow and financial liberation and take a stand for that. So we see so many marketing out there that says quantum leap and manifestation, and that's not how it happens. They're not giving you the full story. So I want to give you guys the full story today in how I got to my multi-figures consistently. It's not just a month, and it was cash month, not accrual. So cash months. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to spill all the tea. And not only what energetically shifted, but what shifted in my business in terms of what I was believing, what I was focusing on, and how I was running my business. So we're going to get into the nitty-gritty here and get into the details around what shifted in me to allow me to create 44K months. And I say that, and I'm very neutral around that money and that number. And I remember earlier, I think it was toward the end of last year, I used to make a big deal, and why I made it into such a big deal and what I got and what had to shift within me, not just energetically, but for me to be truly in relationship. So what in me needed to shift energetically for me to be in relationship, not an energetic match, but in relationship of high 5-figure months. I also got incredibly clear why I want, why I desire, why I deserve that relationship with money. Okay, so are you ready to get into it and celebrate this huge year and get real? Because you can take something that you learn here with me today. I'm not giving you any crap. I'm really going to ground stuff with you so that you can apply it in your own journey in business and your own journey with wealth, with money. Okay? So I'm going to take you through the top 5 lessons, and then I'm going to give you all of the behind the scenes. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you all the shifts I made to energetically shift and put me into these consistent high months. And then we're going to get into stuff that you can do today to begin to shift that in your own business, to prepare not just your physical vessel, but the vessel of your business. Okay? Is that cool? So there's so much I'm going to share. So grab your notebook and pen. I've got my little notes on the side that I'm going to refer to, and we'll go straight in. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to take notes. So number 1, and please engage with me so I know that you're picking up what I'm putting down as well. Okay, so the first thing I learned is I stopped making the business about me. That's number 1. Stop making the business about you. So the moment I stopped making the business about me, and let me tell you, before I did, and this is where we're talking about a codependent relationship with our business. So before I did, I was seeking the validation. I was seeking the approval, the needing to be loved and valued, right? Through every single like, through every single client, through every single post. And as long as I was seeking the validation, I wasn't in a clean, life-giving relationship with my business. I was in a codependent relationship with my business. And you can make money codependent like a partner, but every time I sought out validation, I didn't feel sovereignty in my business. So the moment I stopped, I didn't attach my identity to anything relating to my business, that who I was way beyond my business. This was my business, which is separate to me. I was more sovereign. Sovereignty is what people are actually craving with money. So ask anyone why they want to be in business. They will tell you because they want to feel free. Yet we're creating codependent bonds with our clients. We're creating codependent bonds, you know what I mean, with everything, with money, with our business, that we will never actually have freedom. It's just giving us a false sense of freedom, a false sense of safety. And I will be very wildly transparent because I made great money while being in a codependent relationship with my business. So it's not to say you can't, you will. You can be still wildly rich and wealthy and all of that, making the money while you are in a codependent relationship with your business. But this is the next cut of leadership. Consciously understanding not just your limiting beliefs, but your trauma responses within your current reality. So how do you currently respond to your business, to your money, to your environment that your business is existing in? And that's a question I want you to ask yourself, because one thing to know consciously is limiting beliefs and our story, right? That's what gets in the way. And most of you have done your story, you know very often that's what the block is. And that's what we get in our mentoring and the coaching industry. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. What will put you through to the other side is understanding your trauma responses, your codependent habits, your unconscious behaviors that are operating beneath the surface of your business. Does this make sense? Then another layer to that is really trusting yourself as you reveal that current reality. And so that's exactly what has happened this whole year. When I went beyond the limiting beliefs and I took a step back and I allowed my business to be a ceremony that God or Source was creating through me, then I began to rise higher and freer. Not because of the money, but because I wasn't attached to my client's success, what it meant or didn't mean about me. I wasn't attached to the payments that came in. I wasn't seeking validation through every single post and like. I completely cut off myself. I cut myself free from that. And while that's scary, because there's essentially comfort around that, that's our ego, I found on the other side that it's not about money. It's about the mission that is being created through me in this current reality. And I don't need to create a new reality to be in that relationship. So less time trying to create and co-create a new reality, and spend more and more quality time in our current reality, understanding the deeper layers that you're unconsciously operating from. Okay, so if you're not making those big months or you're not accelerating at the pace you want, it's not because of a limiting belief. It's not because you're not manifesting incorrectly. It's because you haven't truly peeled back the hood of your car and looked under there and asked, who is doing the doing? Who is driving this car right now? This is why knowing your stories was so important. This is why we had to do your awareness and the pathways to mindfulness. That is why it's so fundamental, because who is driving your car? That is her. What is my continuous behavior patterns right now? What are my continuous responses? And once you get wildly clear on that, there's a moment of understanding that you don't need to get your needs met through your business. And if we keep talking about our business like it's our baby, and I remember I used to do that. I had to stop saying that. I said, oh, my business is my baby. Right? I had to stop saying that because I was attaching to it. I was in codependence with it. I was trying to get my needs met through my business, and I wasn't in true service to my community. I was in a me conversation. And ironically, as I detached myself from that, my needs got met as I stepped into higher service for you guys. And as I stepped into my mission for the collective, my needs were automatically included in that. It's a natural byproduct of what happens. Instead of trying to get it, all in awareness, it naturally happens anyway. Does this make sense? So let me know if you're resonating with this. Okay, drop me a heart, drop me a comment so I know, because this is really huge. This is not something you can do with a click or next month. It's a daily commitment of looking at your own behavior pattern, looking at your own core wound and understanding how that's influencing and impacting the way that you're running your business every single day. So, recapping, I went from making my business about me to no longer being that way, and instead looked at my business as a ceremony that spirit that God is using through me, that I am being used as a vessel for a ministry of love, of compassion, of evolution, of growth. So ask yourself that question: where am I in a codependent relationship with my business? Where am I cutting off my own worth because I'm trying to get my needs met through clients and payments and followers and likes? Okay, we're going to move on to number 2. So number 2 is, and this is, let me rephrase how I'm going to say this. So it's one thing to make 6 figures, right? And have all the clients and cash and all the things. But how you feel about that money holds deep ancestral trauma. How you feel about that money, if it's wrapped in guilt and you're not in full relationship with it, it won't matter. It will continue to take life from you, versus giving you a mission and amplifying your life in the way you want it to. So remember, money amplifies who you already are. And I mention this because you won't be able to grow and circulate in ways that are truly life-giving if the way you feel about your current light isn't fully reconciled. So when I got to the 6-figure mark, I got over that hump and fear that I couldn't make money in my business. I got over that hump and fear that I couldn't make continuous money in my business. I got over that hump and fear that I couldn't, there's a lot of the fears that was there that I still when I did it, right? And then when I went from 6 figures to multi 6 figures, I didn't tell anybody. I wasn't celebrating. I was actually worried that I'd get judged or something. Right? I had a pit in my stomach because how I felt about the money was still connected to my financial trauma. I was still not fully able to be in relationship with it. So I'm being completely transparent with you. I'm telling you now, if you're striving towards 6 figures, or if you're already at 6 figures and you're going higher to your 7-figure mark, so I've got a few clients in here that are already on track and have even hit 7-figure mark, and you're racing to that finish line, and you're running as fast as you can and turning yourself inside out, you can get to that finish line. And I'm telling you right now, you will still not feel what you think you're going to be able to feel. That 6-figure buzzword is a buzzword. You're still not going to feel like you've arrived. If I could go back, I would slow it down and truly bless every single dollar that came into my field. I would truly allow and breathe and remind my nervous system that it's safe to hold that much money. This is how we sustain it. By the time that all that money came in, my beliefs didn't go away. My story didn't go away. My codependent habits didn't go away. In fact, it blew up in my face. I spent January to March, I was in Spain, as you all know, and I spent January to March, I was still circulating money, but I spent it truly reconciling how I felt about my wealth, my growth, my expansion. And one of the biggest fears at the beginning, that if I create more money, I thought I would not be relatable anymore. Thought maybe I won't be in relationship with, others anymore. I would be more different than I already am. And I had this huge fear of being too much. And that money just added to it, right? So if you're in growth period, I want you to slow it all the way down. Don't slow down what you're doing or creating, but slow down how you're feeling about it. Get into conversation in how are you feeling in relationship with this amount, and then this new amount, and this new amount. And pausing and asking yourself those questions are going to be pivotal in how you transition into your next evolution in higher levels of wealth. Hi, Simi. Thank you for joining, honey. So good to see you here. So how you're operating in this transition is exactly how you're going to be when you get there. Does that make sense? So we think that money is going to be the fixer or the result that's going to rescue us from what we're currently feeling, but that's not true. And that never is the case. Money is the amplifier. So whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever you're feeling, whatever your story is, it's going to amplify that. Even if you're connected to scarcity, if you're operating from scarcity right now, more money isn't going to save you from that. In fact, it's going to amplify and inflate that fear even more. So money went from being the savior into being a true teacher in my life. And I'm now in ceremony and relationship with money. And I'm showing up in relationship and asking, who do I get to be for you and I to be in union? What do I get to know about myself? How do I get to show up to you so that you and I are working in union? Money doesn't save you from scarcity. It isn't. I'm going to tell you right now, guys. Don't rush that finish line. There's nothing there. It's always next level, next level. When's enough going to be enough, right? Because that's the story that we're running. It's going to amplify the same story. Does that make sense? So when I got all that money, who was it going to take from me? How do I manage? All the scarcity came out. How do I keep sustaining this? Oh my God, now that I'm here, what if I go backward? How do I hold this? How do I keep this going? And I've been working with a lot of clients that are in this state. They've reached their goal and it's like, oh, how do I sustain this? How do I keep it at this level? How do I go to the next level with it? So see where all the scarcity can come out. So rather than judge it, what I did was I leaned into it and I understood where I wasn't willing to be in an intimate relationship with money, which just revealed where I wasn't being intimate with myself. Money is quite literally, honestly, I can tell whatever people are in relationship with money or in their own relationships in their lives, they're in relationship with money around. They are so deeply connected, it's not funny. And in relationship with yourself, the intimacy with yourself. So you can replace the word money with anything else and it's the same thing. So multi 5 figures, specifically 44K, which is my angel number, that kept going, so blessed. And then having that be sustainable, it wasn't some quick mindset hack. It was months of nurturing my relationship with money. Finally feeling safe to slip into overflow and slip into more than enough. And when money came and poured in and continues to pour in, I feel neutral about it. It's not here to save me. It's not here to fix me. It's here to amplify my mission and be circulated through me on behalf of something bigger. And I'm learning how to circulate more and more of it through me. And I'm learning how to open this vessel up for more and more. And there's a beautiful opportunity as we end this year and we're starting to plan for the next, for you guys to get into it with your relationship with money and look at where you're looking for money to save you. Where you're looking for maybe even a relationship to save you, same thing. So instead, how can you do the deeper work and shift how you feel with money? And that's the gap that's going to take you from 5 to 10Ks a month or 30 to 50K a month. Are you with me? So I'm going to do a financial liberation week, and I think we're going to do that beginning of next year. And I think that will really drop you guys into embodying what I'm saying to you. So if you're up for that, you'll get to explore that with me. Does this sound like something that you're wanting to do? Because when I say financial liberation week, we're saying like maybe 5 days and us really being fully embodied in that. So let me know if that's something that you would like. Cool? All right, so number 3 is practical, and it's a practical business shift for you guys because you need to know the difference. So I was thinking about all the times that I signed up for money courses, mindset courses, all those times. Hang on, my Adobe is just in my face. I'll get that out. So yeah, so I was thinking about all the times I signed up for money courses or money mindset, all of those things, right, that we do. And over the years, and I don't regret any of those purchases, but 3.5 years later, I was looking at everything and I was like, everything that I invested into my dream, my vision, and I'm looking at all of it. And what I really was mistaking, I wasn't understanding the difference between a money mindset issue and a business issue. And a lot of times I was trying to fix my business by fixing my mindset. Stay with me here, because this is going to challenge you a little bit, but I want you to be open in what it could potentially shift in you now and bring into your life and business, okay? So you can have a badass money mindset and still not know how to fully run and have a life-giving business. Those are two very different conversations that get lost in the same one. Morning, Tash. Thank you for joining me, honey. So I want you to notice for yourself and look back at this last year. Have you been trying to fix your business through fixing your money mindset? Really ask yourself that. Yes, there is an intersection. Yes, there is a moment and an intersection where you have that union, but the shift needs to be less about fixing money mindset and more about how to run a business that gives you life, that fills your soul and operates at the level that you want, that gives you the visibility that you desire, that brings the community together, right? And that was what I was seeing in my heart and in my head. Yeah. So for you, honey, you're looking for money to save you, Fee. So you're asking those questions, you're going to begin to realize now, like, and this is what I realized, your money mindset, no matter how perfect it is, you still got to do the work around your business. How do you run a business? How do you scale a business that will be able to bring in the amount that you're calling in? And oftentimes that wasn't necessarily a money mindset conversation. And by the way, money isn't in the mindset, it's in your nervous system. You're housing ancestral trauma. So a shift to make practically in your business is pausing and allowing all the work that you've already done to integrate. You have done the work. So pause and allow all the work you've done around money to integrate, and stop being in an OCD relationship with what you need, with rituals and this and that and all the routines. Put all that down and just allow yourself to be in a momentum state of presence. Because in the momentum state of presence, I realized I didn't need to fix my money mindset. I needed to understand deeply how to run a business. And that's also what shifted for my clients. And I want my clients all over the world to understand how to run a business that generates wealth, that gets circulated for good across the planet. And if everyone is trying to manifest a quick buck and doing money manifestation courses, we're not in the right conversation anymore. And if you've been in that cycle, and this is what I want to invite you to do, because you guys have done all the work. You've done so much of it already. And I know every single one of you in here have, especially you guys on live with me. I'm going to invite you to put down the rituals, put down the next thing that you need to be healing and learning. Put down the journal, put down all of it and let it land. Let everything you've been working on land and move through you and be in it. We have the tendency to continue to learn, to get the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Stop hiring, stop purchasing. Get the cooks out of your own kitchen so you can hear your name, so you can feel your energy and you can understand what is truly landing on your heart. Once you get clear with that, you will get to see where your business is ready to go next. And I can feel the truth of this because I just got goosebumps. The way you invest is going to change. The way you circulate money will change. The way you spend money in your business will change without you needing to work on your money mindset. That's the shift from continuously plateauing at, say, 15K a month to double, then even more than that. That's the shift that gets to happen for you guys too. And this is where you learn how to scale your offers. You learn how to scale your business. You understand the relationship and the responsibility that comes with being more visible and growing your community. So if you're running a business right now, I want you to be empowered with financial literacy and business tools and practical understanding of how to run a company, a business, a brand. And I may or may not be the teacher for that, but it's an important distinction for you to make. You're not going to fix your business by fixing your money mindset. And a conversation for a time in your business gets to not be separate, but you get to honor the other side and where else you get to go. And what that looks like on the back end, and what that did for me, and what that looked like on the back end for me, is I stopped focusing on the outward and what it looked like. And I focused on my business. I focused on what is the voice of my business? What is the voice of my brand? And I don't care what it looks like. Outward appearance like Canva and Instagram and how it looks. And this is where so many entrepreneurs get stuck. And Instagram feeds that because it's all about visual, it's a visual app. But I want to empower you to understand the voice of your business and the voice of your brand, because until you understand that voice, your mission will never truly be heard. Right now, with the state of the world, we need voices in the ring. We don't need perfect branding and bells and whistles. We need raw action, and we need raw vision, and we need heart and people who are ready to speak up. And for many years in this coaching industry, it's been safe and okay to hide behind the aesthetics, to hide behind the brand, and hide behind the pretty stuff that go with that. And I'm telling you what, I attribute 99% of my growth because I had the audacity to speak, to go live, to share straight from my heart what was on my heart and what mattered to me. That was what the shift was. Nothing to do with what and how often I was posting or any of that. Martin Luther King says, your life ends the day you stop talking about the things that matter to you. So I needed to stop regurgitating and start to get in sync with my voice, what I value and how I want to be heard, not what I think they need. And in that, you create intimacy with the audience. And that's how I created a major relationship with my clients. So there's so many that message me every day as if we're best friends, because I've spent my time building relationship. 99% of my energy is building relationships. That's what needs to happen in your business. And I don't care how good your money mindset is, your brand is, your business will not grow. Your business will not grow to the heights you want to see it until you come back and anchor in and understand where you want to go next with your audience. What do you get to say? What do you get to speak on behalf of? What matters to you? And how can you give that a loud voice? A voice so that people can hear and stop and listen to you. And this is what I mean by shifting your focus on your business, and know what you stand and what it stands on. No brand or color palette will truly be able to capture the magnificence of who you truly are. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know. Because the one thing that you have that no one else has, it's your presence. It's your eyes, it's your ears, it's your perception. And as much as we want to invest in all the bells and whistles, please also invest time in tuning to your voice and what you're ready to speak on in this industry. Because this industry, excuse my language, is fucked. It's feeding right into scarcity bullshit. And I want us in this group to wake it up. And this is a huge shift in focus. And that old story that you got to post every day is old news. You don't need to do that. What you all need to do and where you need to go next, get on video, speak when you're scared, start to show people who you are. You are the voice of your brand, and that's everything. That's your brand. Okay? And the way you choose to express that voice is everything. So I want you to shift into that gear. No matter how much you're making or not making, put down the pen, pick up the mic, and go and speak and stop thinking about it. Go and do it. Because otherwise you're just going to think about it. And growth is when you pick up the mic and you're not caring who is watching. Whoever is there is meant to be there. So let this wake you up to pick up your mic, okay? And don't wait for the perfect something font all the way, and just do it. right? Match your action with your energy. When you're in your energy and you take action from that place, you're unstoppable. Cool? Let me just see the comments. Oh, awesome. So happy you resonate, Kash. Janie, awesome. Good. Okay. Good. So number 4, okay? And this is more on the business end. So no longer being afraid to sell. So up until this year, I was feeling every launch was like getting ready for war. And I know you would resonate, guys. So I was like, okay, I got to do the big thing and sell something and get people in. And if you feel that way, that's what shifted this year for me. And this is what I said. When I started 2020, I said, I'm going to let everything I do be easy. And guess what happened? I didn't do a thing. I said, nothing that doesn't feel easy, I'm going to do. Every single one of my launches did not feel like launches. We did a retreat in Holland, sold out. Retreat in Valencia, sold out. 2 retreats back to back on the Sunshine Coast, sold out. 3 fully sold out group programs. One-on-one continued capacity with a wait list. Everything I touched, gold with ease. I didn't do anything. I put out a post, boom, got everybody in. Most of what I realized in this was I stopped running to someone else's altar and I landed at my own. And otherwise it kept, like, you know, if we do that, it keeps perpetuating that codependent bond. Yeah, like I was saying. So here's my thing for you. Stop running to everyone else's altar to fix your bank account and your business, and arrive at your own altar and ask how you can sell. How do you want to sell? And why is that awkward for you? Right? Like you will fail and not get the people and you need if you were to launch or whatever story it is. Because I love to sell, it's not a war. And when I give myself permission to love my work, and when you do that, you will love to sell. My selling is me, because you will see it as an opportunity that is placed on your heart, and you will see it as an invitation to join me in the dance. And as I sell, I create intimacy with you and relationship with you. I'm not selling through the lens of scarcity that will trick you, or marketing scheme or something around my work. All I'm doing is telling you about something that would not exist unless I put a voice to it. And that creates a beautiful celebration with you guys and with my clients. And so every time I launch, I celebrate it like it's the best party in the world. Because in my eyes, it is. It's not sleazy. I declare that my selling is a life-giving exchange that supports the planet, period. And the only way I got to that space was unplugging from the toxic marketing matrix that tells you, here are the steps to sell to somebody. This is the way you need to do it. This is the funnel. Here are the steps to make them come through that door. But the truth is, selling is a way for you to celebrate. It's a way for you to create intimacy and community in your audience. And I always tell everyone in my launch, whether you sign up or not, you are still invited to celebrate with me. And I celebrate with you all every week, and we do end of week reflection of celebration. I want you all to hear this, because this is good. Like, everything has been so easy, and everything, and we're talking conference, summits, everything I have done just went boom, because I shifted that. So if you sell, hear this bit now, if you sell and you expect a yes, you are projecting onto your audience. And I remember working with a business coach, and she said, no, you need to expect a yes, because if you don't, it becomes a self-fulfilling belief that they're going to say no. I could not disagree more. If you're expecting a yes, you're projecting onto your audience. When you sell, you're empowering their yes or their no. That's how you're creating a sovereign exchange. Your yes is just as holy as your no, and vice versa. Because if I can be in relationship with you in a way that gives you permission and empowers you to make a choice for yourself, I have absolute freedom to know that my job is done. Then we're golden. I don't need you to say yes. I need you to know what your next step is. And one of my programs, maybe for you, it could be or not, but what's important for me is that you can hear your own yes and your own no. What's more important to me is the way I market and create and launch allows you to hear yourself versus me projecting my shit onto you. And I used to launch from that place, and it's not your fault if you're in that conversation, because we're in a saturated market with all kinds of coaches and their way of doing things. The shift I made, I needed to understand in myself how I wanted to sell. And what I always tell my clients and invite them into, the way you enjoy being in a selling relationship is probably how your audience enjoys it too. So if I don't enjoy being in a sales experience where there's like a ton of scarcity pressure, where there is like, now's your last chance to get 50% off or your life is over kind of language. If I don't like that, why would my audience like that? And why would I sell that? Do you know, I don't do Black Friday. That Black Friday shit that we're in right now, oh my God, shut the doors. What the hell? I hope none of you guys are even doing that. You're selling yourself short if you're doing that. Stop that. Stand in your inherent worth. So this goes beyond manifesting. This goes beyond marketing 101. There is a difference between marketing or manifesting and activating selling. You don't just manifest shit out of thin air. You have to take action, and selling is an action. And that action can still be rooted in honor and love and compassion and transparency and integrity and fun and celebration. Awesome. I'm so happy you're on the same page, Simi. Fiona, happy that you're on the same page, honey. Fuck that, right? So bad. It's everywhere. Seriously. If you can take action and sell from that space, then the results will be phenomenal, as it has been for me. And I know you will feel this. So some of you have gone through this celebration with me, and you're all in this beautiful inner circle because you've decided on a subconscious level that we're in each other's lives. And you trusted me to guide you through the level that you're at now, which is epic. So, knowing when you sell from the, oh my God, I have to pay my rent, or oh my God, I've got to get 5 women in here, or that's a failed launch, that's just projecting onto them, and you're not creating an experience that honors the other person. That's huge, yeah? Huge. So a lot of coaches are going to make you feel you won't get anywhere if you don't sign up with them. Have you had that experience with anybody out there? That's a really big one. So I want to speak to that. It's not judging what they're doing or the way they're doing it, but I want you to know so that you're empowered. You have to be so full of yourself if you have the answer for everyone. And if you're in a conversation with a coach or whoever you're looking to hire that will make you feel like you will fail if you don't sign up with them, get out of there. That is not a conversation you want to be in. And there's a shift in knowing, is this person scared and feeling into this person wanting to say yes but is nervous? And this is a skill that you will tune into, and that you know this woman wants to join and wants to be in my program, and I can tell she wants to be in it, and I can tell that she's nervous, and I want to meet her and I want to call her forward. And so there's a few clients I do get into conversation with, but I want you to make the best decision for you, sensing that there's a little bit of fear. And then I come in with, is there anything I can do to support you and give you an honest opinion whether this is the right investment and step for you? So I don't believe in investing where it throws you into a panic. That's not going to work. And I remember making a huge investment from that place. It was terrible, and I felt bullied on the call. And I can feel her scarcity and her pushiness. And that was like 3-4 years ago now. But back to my original point. Launching doesn't feel like selling. It will feel like celebration and creating intimacy with you. Your programs are beautiful, intimate containers. There is only so much exchange you will get through posts and lives and that. And then there are, our offers. And that's an opportunity to get into an intimate container. There's an opportunity and an invitation to get closer, to have each other and be in each other's lives. So as I sell, this is the shift here now, I'm offering you a solution that God or Source has placed on my heart, but I'm not selling you the solution based on the fact that you have a problem I need to fix. I'm exchanging a solution with you if you feel is what you need to be in relationship with at this point in your life and your business. That's the biggest difference to shift in the way you sell. So if you have any questions around this, please drop them for me, because I can go on and on and on. There's so much to get into and so much to share to help you get to the level that I'm at now. But I'm saying this in the seat and from the seat of overflow. And I'm sitting with you in real time, sharing this with you. My business changed because my energy changed, but I will never sit down and chalk it up to manifestation. I'm giving you the real deal. Things shifted on a much higher level in my business, and that's what I want you to have access to, so you can think about it now, so that you can shift that earlier on. Okay, beyond money, beyond any of this, what has been reconciled is my association and my relationship with success. And I went from reaching all the time and coming into the point in giving from overflow. And that had me understand what success, what wealth was really about. And I don't share this lightly. I share this because I want the same for you. And you have your own version of that. And I don't want you to take this and say, oh, I need to be more like Rosie. I want you to be more like you. And I want you to show up to what is on your heart. Otherwise, if we keep sharing the same shit around, right? And I know a very well-renowned coach, and I'm not naming names, but she's like, my strategy was the same, but my energy changed. And I was like, that is not the full picture. Like, what do you do with that? That's how manifestation shit is taught. What do you do with that? People don't know she had Facebook ads set up and things that went on behind the scenes that supported her in that launch. That wasn't exposed. So I'm sitting with you today so you can see me in real time, in the moment of realizing the possibility, the gratitude, the celebration of high multi-5-figure months. You're celebrating with me right now as I share this. So I wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. So my strategy changed, yes, because my focus changed. And yes, my energy changed because I'm an energetic being that is always evolving and changing. But I'm not going to sit in front of you and chalk it down to manifestation. I'm giving you the real deal. Big shit shifted in my business, the way I structured it, the way I showed up to it, and the way I financed it, in the way I associated with it. And that's what I want you to have access to, so that you can start thinking about these things now, at this time of the year, which will help you in what you want to create later on, next year. So any questions? I'm going to just check. Okay, there's nothing coming through yet. All right. There's something coming. Let me just say, if there's any questions, let me know. I'm nearly done. But I want to say something from the spiritual lens, okay? I am not my business. I am the voice of my brand that I choose to circulate through my business. And my business is being nourished by God and Source. My business is being ministered by God, and I get to listen to that voice and vision, and I'm automatically in alignment. And what I create from that space is so. Which leads me to the final point. Number 5, the final lesson. And this actually happened, and I witnessed it a few days ago in a client. And I didn't speak to it because she really thought it was about alignment. There is this myth that we need to be in perfect alignment and in alignment with how we feel and how it feels and all of that. And that's not possible. And you're saying no because it doesn't feel, or it doesn't feel like, you're not in perfect alignment. I'm calling bullshit on it. This is probably going to trigger some of you. I hope not, but let's see. There are days where you are going to be in a mood. There are days where you're not going to want to get up and do what you want or need to do in your business. There are days where you don't want to do anything business related. I'm human too. There are days the same for me. But when I stopped showing up to my business from my feelings and my moods and, oh, how do I feel about that? Oh, no, don't feel it, because then you'll never feel it, right? Therein is the shift. When I stopped showing up to my feelings and my moods and started to show up from my mission, that's when everything shifted. It's not about lining up everything perfectly. It's about letting yourself be human, have your moods, but who is doing the doing in your business? What are you making the decisions based off of? If I made decisions based off my moods, we would not be celebrating high multi-five-figure months. Right? So if it's deeply connected by God or source, or you call it what you want, and the way your energy is nourished by that, then that will be a big attribute. Cool? That's it. I'm done. Everything I need to share in this moment. There's a lot more, but I think we've gone like 50 minutes now. Let me know if this landed with you, how you're feeling. And I want to just hear from you all in what's going to shift in the way you do your business, in the way you show up to money, in the way you're in relationship with your business and money and finances. And I'll leave that with you, okay? And I'm looking forward to hearing all of your comments and keeping the conversation going, because this is really big. We can keep going with this. All right, my loves. That's all for now. I'm talked out, and I'll see you all soon. We're going to have a big end of year celebration together, and I'm organizing that, and I'll get that event up. And I can't wait for us to really review and let go of 2020 in a way that is so beautiful and powerful for us. Awesome, Janie. All right, loves. Have a good day. Bye.